All right, folks, how are we going to use this new tool to make sure that our content ranks the easiest, to make sure that we're making the most amount of money, and to make sure that we win over the long term in SEO? Welcome to the Forensic SEO Audit. My name is Josh Bashinsky. If you've never seen the show before, we are the finest place on the YouTubes to get information about actual SEO, SEO testing, forensic SEO information that is actually reliable. It is actionable. You can take action on it. And you can win and you will win when you use our tactics. So we're going to be, let me just check to see here for broadcasting. Looks like we kind of are. Let's see here. Yes, something is happening. I'm talking. Great. Okay, fantastic. So a couple of housekeeping things together. So I'm going to be showing you the new keyword agent. This is not even a version you can have access to yet. This is my development version, but it's going to have, it's more or less the same as the one that's currently released. I have coupons for you. Don't let me forget to give those out later on at the end of the show. Also, people who are watching live, I'm going to do a raffle. I'll do a draw for a free audit. So make sure you stay all the way to the end. And if you're watching live, I'll do a random generation. I'll figure out some way to generate a random number, and I'll give someone a free audit by the end of the show. So make sure you watch all the way to the end. Also, please make sure you hammer the like and subscribe buttons. If you know anyone who's trying to make money from home, if you know anyone who is having trouble making money, if you know anybody who wants to change careers, get them to watch this show right now. I'm going to show everybody here how to make money from sitting on your butt at home doing SEO. And it's never been a better time to do SEO, despite some indications to the contrary. Let me show you why today. Okay, so this is the keyword agent. It's from Beefy or Be Found Everywhere AI. This is my new company that I co-founded. I'm the CEO of. I also built this company up with a couple other boys. Kyle Sabra, who's probably the best local guy out there in the world right now, period. Ryan Mazies, who's also got his own local chops. And George Johnson, who also has his own local chops. You've seen most, if not all, these guys on one of my shows or the other. Well, we decided to all band together to pool our resources and talents to make a company out of the ashes of SEO. The fiery phoenix rose. So this is our first rebuild of a previous idea of how to find keywords, because that's the beginning of SEO. So let me tell you guys a little story. So SEO, the way SEO works is you need to decide what keywords you want to rank for first, right? So this is how people go wrong in SEO. What they do is they either listen to their CEO, or they listen to their brain, or they listen to common sense knowledge, or they only go by the traffic, for example, and be like, okay, well, so that there's two different mistakes. First mistake is they're going too low, right? They think, oh, people are searching this, or this will make a lot of money, or this will be easy to rank for. Well, you have to check those things. You don't know if that's true unless you actually test and measure, right? One, two, also you might be going way too hard. It could be way too hard to rank for these particular queries. It could be those queries actually don't make any money. So we've made a tool here called the keyword agent that is going to let you figure these kinds of things out. So for example, it's pretty simple here. This is the wizard version. There's also view reports or an advanced mode, which I'll show you in a second. So you just type in your idea. Like say, I want to be a boxing coach. I don't have to yell at it. Boxing coach in San Diego. That's your dream. That's your idea. That's maybe what you want to do. You click go, and the agent is going to intelligently infer a lot of different context from what you put in here. As you can see here, first off, now I got this gray bar because I'm viewing it in Netlify. My apologies. But you got this gray bar. It's going to choose local search. Notice it automatically chooses English and Spanish for you, and San Diego. Now, why did it choose both English and Spanish for you? Josh, is that a mistake? No, it's not a mistake. You see, for doing good local SEO, and you see this because Kyle and Ryan have been able to inject their, Kyle's been doing SEO as long as I have, since 1997. So our round up 30 years of experience each in SEO. He's done mostly local. I've, of course, done local as well, but I've done mostly global. He's like, we got to have these other local area languages. And so because San Diego has a lot of Spanish speakers, you see Spanish in here, which is quite interesting. And it's automatically going to increase your site size. It's going to increase your site presence. It's going to increase your site trust. It's going to be able to get Spanish speakers in these areas to search and find you, and going to give you the good user metrics that you need to rank. So it's a win-win-win, and our AI automatically detects what you might need for that area. If you don't want it, just say no thanks, and then you can launch. Now, the AI does a lot of analysis behind the scenes. We're doing huge amounts of computation behind the scenes to automatically make this as whiz-bang as it appears on the surface. So it's going to take a while to run some of these keywords. It's going to do some analysis. It's going to enhance the keywords ideas. It's going to expand the keyword ideas. It's going to enhance the keyword metrics, and it's going to do some double checking, and it's going to do some AI analysis, especially for areas where you may not have any particular search metrics at that time. See, a tool like this is reliable on it's already found 130 keywords for your local site of boxing coach in San Diego. That's a healthy amount of keywords, I think, and it's going to try to pin the location to this area, and the searches will all come from this area as well. The thing about a tool like this is that often we're at the mercy of what the APIs will tell us, and the APIs are not always great in telling us fine-tuned information like this. But we have some tricks up our sleeve of how we can do some AI analysis and find out. Expanded to 233, and find out how we can start to get some of the information here that we want to get. Now, if I move over here, you'll see, so here, it's going to show you the keywords first before it gets the metrics. It's going to start doing some preliminary intent and ideas of what these different kind of keywords have. So you see, we got a lot of really good queries: boxing classes, personal boxing, best boxing gyms, boxing lessons, private boxing coach. You know, we're getting a lot of really good women's, kids. We're getting a lot of good potential keywords. Boxing classes, San Diego open now. We're getting a lot of really good kind of information about these kinds of queries. And we have more. We have up to 233, it looks like right now. And we have also best commercial review. So we know which ones are going to actually be commercial, which ones are actually going to be question or best, the kinds of ones that you might want to rank for. This is a preliminary analysis. The final analysis is going to have much more information. As you can see, most of the table isn't fleshed out yet. But it does give you an idea of the keywords you're going to be working with as it is analyzing and scoring them and moving along. Also, a couple other features while this is doing this, you notice we could say only the ones that originally have data from our systems. Some of the data is, this is the data we could pull from the actual APIs that we have available. But don't worry, we're not going to leave you out in the cold for these keywords. We have the ability to make educated guesses as to the amount of kind of searches you're going to get and the kind of cost per clicks that you're possibly going to be looking at. We also have the most powerful and accurate conversion rate estimation on the planet. So let me make this a little bit bigger here so you can see. We have probably the best conversion rate estimator on the planet. This is maybe going to be about 0.5% off. I haven't filled in all of the metrics for this yet, but this is actually quite fantastic. These conversion rates are from a model I built personally from a scientific study called the Orcas 1 study, which has 11 million data points in it. So I built a model out of 11 million data points to get the most scientifically accurate that currently exists conversion rate estimation. Now, this is also part of my CVR predictor tool, which I'm also making for any keyword traffic, including paid keyword traffic like Bing ads or Google ads. Or anything that is a paid keyword. So if you do a keyword on Facebook, same thing. Keyword Instagram, same thing. Keyword ChatGPT, same thing. It's keyword based. And it will give you an idea of the general conversion rates. And you can see some are far better than others, right? We start sorting here by conversion rate. You're going to see, wow, actually some of these convert really, really highly, right? They convert very, very well, a number of these. Like boxing training for adults, San Diego, 960 searches, $1.70 CPC, and 2.5% conversion rate. That gives you a score. This is a score, not a promise. This is not the actual money you'll make. This is just an idea of the money that's kind of behind, and it's relative. This idea is relative to all the other ideas, really, at that point. It's not saying you're going to make 46 bucks. You'll probably make more than that. You could probably times that by 10, if not times that by 100, for if you're ranking #1 for boxing training for adults in San Diego. But the CPC is kind of on the lower end, but it is giving you an accurate conversion rate. We're still working on this score. This is just for the ideas, right, of how much money you're going to make in theory. Like there's just a rough score at this moment. It's not a promise of money. Another great thing to notice about this is that it's up 23% year over year, and it's 24% easier. Look at that. It's 24% easier than SEO is in general. We're comparing every SEO keyword. This is an SEO keyword. You're trying to rank in SEO and AEO and GEO, same thing. You're trying to rank in the answer engines and the search engines, whatever you want to call them. This is compared to this, is compared to this. It's compared to everything and every other report that everyone else has done. And we are quickly getting more data in the system. So this is 24% easier than SEO is in general, than any given average SEO query, any kind of SEO, payday loans, herbal Viagra, to peptides, to boxing training, to local plumber, Winnipeg, Manitoba. We compare all the SEO keywords, and we're getting an idea of how difficult, and we have probably already tens of thousands of keywords in the database already. When we grow to hundreds of thousands or millions, this is going to be a very, very accurate number, right? So let's check to see why this is so easy to rank for. You can see here's the reason why. Because nobody knows how to do keywords anymore. No one knows how to do on-page, right? This is easier than the average because look, nobody here has properly put this in their page, right? The page strength is terrible for this. The site strength is terrible for this. The title strength is pretty good. They have some related entities in the title, but that's it. That's it. The domain ranks are terrible. This is the domain rank from Data for SEO. It's just like, think of it like Moz DA, or so 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100. This one, Yelp, of course, has got the biggest. It's the strongest. And then estimated traffic is also factored in there as to what kind of estimation we're going to see on those kinds of pages. And the brand strength. We have no brands except for Yelp. So this is very, very interesting. This could be a keyword that would work for you easily. And it's the one that probably makes the most amount of money if we sort it by estimated monthly revenue score. This one's the biggest one, boxing gym near me, San Diego. That number's probably off. So again, this is my dev copy. I'm working on things, but they're definitely trying to find a local service here. You see the intent as well? They're trying to find a local service. So that's what your page should be about. It's about your local service. We're 90% sure of that, and they're only 10% sure they want to compare options. These people are ready to purchase, right? And so we have a conservative conservative conversion rate here. But this is probably the keyword that would make the most amount of money. It probably is around 6,000 and not 66,000. The near me is throwing this off here, which is probably the issue right now. But it might not be. It could be, it's probably around 6,000 probably is what we're talking about, because it's around 5,000. So that's probably a much more accurate estimate. So this is probably only $100 at the most one. So boxing trading near me, San Diego probably is better because this is 171. This one's probably going to be the one you want. Now, you notice, unsurprisingly, they're harder. They're harder though. Boxing coach in San Diego, however, is up 125%. It's only 2% harder, which is basically within the 10% margin of error or 20% margin of error we probably have out right now. So this is probably normalized, probably to be pretty equal. No one knows how to do SEO for this. No one has done proper SEO for this. But this keyword does not exist in exact match in any of the key spots it's supposed to. And it's barely in the page strength. It's not in the site strength. These sites are not dedicated to boxing coach. They don't know how to do semantic SEO, these people. They don't. They don't know how to do it. Okay, so here's a brand, but you're not beating Yelp. Yelp is there. Here's Instagram. Okay, look at this. This is a great forensic insight. Look at this. This Instagram one here tells me, I hope you can see it. This one here tells me, this Instagram one, why is an Instagram, ask yourself, why is an Instagram result showing up at Boxing Coach in San Diego when we know for an analyzed fact Boxing Coach in San Diego is, well, they're 50% trying to find a local service, 30% trying to get reviews, 20% researching and learning. So that's probably why the Instagram is there, because of the different intent of this particular keyword. But quite frankly, the other reason I'm saying, and this is a forensic insight from my, again, since 1997, I've been doing this results, is this is here because of query deserves diversity, right? Google has something called QDD, query deserves diversity, QDD. And I mean, look it up. I'm not making this up. This is a real thing. And oh yeah, and forgive the gray bar down here. This is just because I'm viewing it a dev copy on Netlify. That's not in the actual app. At least it shouldn't be. They're only putting an Instagram here because they need a diversity of choices. Why does Google need a diversity of choices for this particular keyword? Because all the rest suck. All the rest of these suck. That tells me that despite the traffic they may be acquiring here, they are not getting the clicks. People are not satisfied with what they're finding. That's why the intent is so half and half. They're bouncing around, right? So this is a huge opportunity. When I see Instagram here, I don't care about this stronger at all. This is just here because Google has no other good choices. They're saying, look at, these guys do all the above. They're not just a boxing coach. They do jiu-jitsu and boxing and kickboxing for youth and adults. They think being a one-size-fits-all is going to help them rank for this. No. Anyone who's just strictly a boxing coach in San Diego is going to blow these people out of the water. It is a huge opportunity for anyone who wants to be a boxing coach in San Diego. This data tells me that if my idea was to be a boxing coach in San Diego, and remember it is, that's the idea, that no one is doing proper marketing for this. And if you do proper marketing for this, ding, 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 you can knock them out, if you'll forgive the terrible pun. You can win this SEO pretty easily if you just do proper marketing. And in this particular case, we're talking about organic inbound marketing, AKA search engine or answer engine optimization, just giving it a page that tells it, I am about this and nothing but this. This is all I do. I have 20, you probably would need 10 pages, 20 pages, and you will be ranking #1 for this. And then you'll be collecting all of that revenue. All of that revenue, ranking #1 for this, which again, I times this by 10 at least, if not by 100, to be what you'd be making for this kind of query, So anyone live in San Diego? Let me know if you think these numbers are accurate. If you think 4875, this is a very sophisticated analysis to get the data that Google hides, that they don't give out anymore. For actually searching in these particular areas of how many searches you're going to have. This is our estimation using very secret tactics of comparing Google Trends to other tools and other apps and getting population metrics and doing pretty computational math. The other thing I like about this, let me know if you think it's accurate or not. I know this one is not. I have to fix this. But let me know if you like this number. The other thing, this was directly from it will give you an asterisk if we had to estimate it. This is from actual data sources with a partial AI estimation. We have other ones that are complete AI estimations that had no data, and this is more based on the query fan out. We're like, okay, we don't know who's searching this, and no one tells us what the year-over-year is on this. Doesn't matter. We still give you a fully calculated score. I'll get to that in a second. But what we're doing here is we're estimating on the query fan out, because it's not just about humans searching anymore, right? When the AI knows you live in North Park and you're looking for a boxing coach, maybe to train you in North Park. Hey, I live right by North Park. Can we go to North Park? If that's a park, I don't know. I don't live in San Diego. But hey, I'm in North Park. Can you come to my house? Can we meet? Dude, are you a boxing coach? I want a free estimate of, what is your quote? What kind of training are you giving me? This is somebody who's serious, right? Now, like, Josh, how many people per year search this? Well, maybe 4, but that's not the point. That's not the point. The point is that this has a 40% chance in our estimation of getting pulled into a query fan out. Oh, what's a query fan out? Well, let me show you. Here. Control T for a tab. Yeah. So what is the query fan out? What is a query fan out, and how does it relate to AIO and AI mode? No, not a query found out. A query fan out. There we go. So this is something that you should be paying attention to. The query fan out is an A-powered retrieval technique where a single user is automatically broken down into multiple more specific, a single user search is broken down into multiple more specific subqueries to gather a comprehensive set of information. Exactly. The AI analyzes the original query's intent and splits it into several related facets or sub-questions. This is not the same as the query intent you see that Google does in the AI overview, or they used to do. This is for future-proofing systems like AI mode that would search like more than 13 sites. It can go up to hundreds of sites, depending on how important the query is and what kind of information somebody has made. If no one's made this information, then it won't pull this information. But if someone has made this information, then they will pull the information. And we think that this is not on the high side. It's 4 to 10. It's a 40% chance, we're guessing, that Google will pull it in. But if they do, these people want to convert. They are looking for a local service. They have their credit card in hand. They want an estimate. They are just one step away instead of being 4 or 5 steps away from making a purchase. And if you have this content on your website and they are in this general area and they do a search, we think there's a 40% chance Google's going to pull this in. And we know from science that it has a really high conversion rate. And of course, it's super easy to rank for because no one's doing it. So this is the kind of advanced forensic research you can do with this tool. It is super cool, guys. It's super cool. No other tool even comes close to giving you this kind of actionable intelligence, this kind of forensic analysis, and this kind of power at your fingertips. So you see how you can very quickly go through and be like, okay, no one's making this now, but boy, would this be a great thing to have on my site for when somebody searches this, knowingly or unknowingly in the future, right? You don't know what you're searching. That's the weird thing. You don't know what you're searching, right? Sorry, I have too much chest here. You don't know what you're searching, right? When the AI is doing searches for you in the background, and it's like, hey, look, I've got a free quote. Hey, do you want a free quote? I've got a free quote for you. Do you want a free estimate? You're looking for a boxing coach to coach you at home, or some kind of a la carte, they'll meet you at your gym, like a personal trainer, but like a boxing coach trainer? Like, does your gym have a heavy bag? If you can have personal trainers who work there, then you can have a boxing coach you there, right? This is not a bad business idea. This could be really good for somebody. And if you have that on your site, then Google is going to pull that in. ChatGPT is going to pull that in. Anthropic is going to pull that in into the query fan out. And that is the kind of idea. At least we think there's about a 40% chance for this one. Not the highest, I admit. But because AI is making the content, then it takes just 3 seconds. Well, not 3 seconds. It takes 3 minutes, hopefully. Like right now, I'm rebuilding the onpage agent now. It takes still me a good 20 minutes to do a page. I'm going to get that down to 2 minutes. I'm going to get it down to just the AI building it and it being correct out of the box. So but Josh, I don't know how to do SEO. Don't worry. You really don't have to. You just have to know how to use these tools, and you have to understand the higher level knowledge of marketing and SEO and how and why you do these things. The nitpicky details of your title tag here and this fucking there and blah, 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 blah. I've got a secret for you. Very shortly in the future, you don't need to know any of that, right? AI is going to do it all for you, right? Our tool is going to do it all for you. So this is actually, if you pan out just one more for kind of a little think about this, if you pan out one more level, this is how AI is going to take people's jobs when you think about it. It's not going to take, it's not going to replace an SEO. A smart SEO is going to be using this tool to do it, or a smart marketer is going to be using this tool to do it. And it's going to break the monopoly, what I call the talent monopoly. There's another way of looking at this. I know a lot of this is going to be controversial. People might not like this idea, and so I'm not putting it out there like I'm behind it. I'm just saying it's another way to look at it. Think of it this way. Just do a thought experiment with me. Just do a thought experiment with me. You know, for many years, there's many disciplines. I mean, hundreds of years. There's many disciplines that have had what we call a talent monopoly, and you had to pay in sometimes exorbitant prices. You needed a painter, you had to pay someone who had skill and talent and knew how to do this. You wanted music, you had to do that. You wanted whatever, writing, you had to do this. And so they had what you could call a talent monopoly. And they enjoyed that talent monopoly. And good on them. Good on them. They worked their fingers till they bled in some cases to practice their talent because they knew the way the economy currently worked, that talent was useful and it was going to be valuable and they were going to get paid for it. Good for you. That's exactly what you were supposed to do. But here's the thing that no human can control and is no human's fault. Technology evolves. Technology always evolves. That is nobody's fault, right? I don't think right now in this time in history we're blaming anyone for making streaming when DVDs were worse. And I don't think we're blaming anyone who made DVDs because that destroyed the Laserdisc market. And I don't think we're blaming anyone right now for the car because that put all the horse and buggy people out of a job. I mean, it didn't. If they had just upgraded the cars, they would have been fine, right? So, yes, I know it's hard, but this is not a hate the player, it's a hate the game. And it's not hate the game of AI, it's hate the game of the way we make our economy. And you have to put hand to mouth. And yes, anyone, and I'm sorry, guys, again, this is just a thought experiment. Just go with me on this thought experiment. But think about it. It's not anybody's fault. This is just the way technology works. It always evolves. And anybody, it is an equal opportunity offender, right? Fate and destiny and technology and the economy, well, the economy is rigged, but technology is an equal opportunity offender. It helps some people and it hurts other people. And that circle keeps going around. The wheel keeps turning. And one spoke is going to get twing and broken. The other spoke is going to get, fixed. And so in some cases, thousands of years, some people had a talent monopoly and they monopolized on it. And so I'm saying good for you. I'm not dissing them for doing that in any way. They maybe gouged some of us who didn't have that talent a little bit. They might have lorded it over us just a little, maybe just a little. Just consider. Just be neutral for a second. Just be neutral for a second and put yourself in the position of someone who had to pay your previous, possibly a little inflated, a little exorbitant price, maybe just a little bit. Just be neutral for a second. Go with me on this thought experiment. So instead of being bitter, and maybe instead of being like, I took a lot of time to learn this. I know, we all took a lot of time to learn everything we all learned. You're not the main character in this. Sorry, you're not. You're not the main character in society. You're just not. We've all taken the time to learn all the shit we've learned. And one thing that I've learned is that the technology wheel goes around and it benefits some and it hurts the other. And the talent you should be cultivating is the talent of watching that wheel go around and knowing when to jump and be like, oops, guess people don't need painters anymore. Midjourney exists. That's not true at all, by the way. Like, people still need painters, right? Your artistic talent is still highly useful. People still need novel writers. Have you seen the writing that comes out of AI? It's terrible, right? If you want high quality, high fidelity, beautiful, sensuous, good story writing, there is still no place to go but the human brain and human experience and the human heart and the human soul. And that'll be the case for at least another few decades, probably. If you like banal, bottom of the barrel kind of writing, again, there's all. I'm sorry. I have my opinions. Just work with me, please, on the thought experiment. If you like the kind of, let me not say it that way. If you like a kind of writing which is more broadly desired, AI can replicate that almost perfectly. So if you're that kind of writer, so then use it. Get AI and do it, right? That is the only name of the game. You just got to know when to switch. That's all. And it hurts everybody. My business has been decimated by this local economy. And so now I'm scrambling to switch. I am not immune to this, right? I'm telling you, you guys, you need to think about switching because I had to think about switching and I have now switched. I don't hire programmers anymore. I do it all myself from vibe coding, and I've saved myself tens and tens of thousands of dollars doing so. So yes, some programmers are not being hired by me anymore, but quite effing frankly, they were terrible, most of them. Most of them gouged me, and for their talent monopoly, and I'm very happy to do it myself. Thank you very much. And monopolize on my talent to use vibe coding. My talent, as you should. You should monopolize, and you generate a talent and monopolize on your talent to do vibe coding, to build it yourself, and or to know these tools, use these tools, do these tools. Because vibe coding is a full-time job, right? I have 2 full-time jobs right now. So it's don't just think, oh yeah, I'll rebuild what Josh has done in a weekend with vibe coding. It might have a screen that looks like what I did, but I guarantee you it's not doing what we're doing behind the scenes. Because again, I would have had all the apps rebuilt in a weekend if that was the case. These are not just GPT wrappers, if you know what that means. They're doing high-end kind of stuff. So again, I know a controversial thought experiment. I hope I didn't lose you all there. I hope you're not pissed off. But think about it. The wheel goes around and hurts everybody. So you got to know when to jump off that wheel and get on a different wheel, so to speak. You gotta be the one taking advantage of the rising talent monopoly, not the talent monopoly which is sliding off the back end of that slope. You want to be on the rising end of it. And if you're really, really good at your sloping monopoly, you'll still exist. You may not make as much money, but if you use AI, you can take on 10 times the clients, and then you'll probably make more money overall. Instead of taking 4 months to do your artisanal thing, you take 4 days to do it with AI helping you, but then you take on 100 times more customers, right? Or you extend your business into other areas where you can take on more customers and make more money. So I know it's hard, guys. I know it sucks. I know it's like, oh, Josh, I hate the fact that I have to retrain myself and do different things. Yeah, I know. So have I. I just had to learn coding and vibe coding and fucking GitHub this and all this bullshit. All this techno shit of the fucking programmers. You go do that. Now I've had to learn all this crap. But that's the way that it is. That is the way that it is. And so instead of, again, just go with me for a second. Just suspend I can feel the angst. I can feel the anger across the energy waves of the internet. If you just block that anger for a second and think about it just neutrally for 1 second. Instead of belly aching about how AI is changing this and the economy is changing that, maybe use that energy to get nimble and be like, okay, I gotta switch. Yes, every time this wheel comes around, it's cutting me on the shoulder with this blade on the wall. Maybe how about I move so the blade goes past? Maybe I get off this wheel and I get onto another wheel. And yeah, I know it's scary. It's scary for me. And you gotta go and do more stuff. But maybe if you just come with me for a second, if you just think about this thought experiment and be like, what if I took this more kind of top-down view and think, yeah, it's too bad. It is unfortunate that, it's unfortunate that pain exists and we have to feed ourselves. Blame whoever created that system. Otherwise, we now have to work within that system. That is the way that works, right? There is no getting away from those things. No easy ways of getting away from those things. So yeah, now, like think about this primitive man. We had this huge patch of blackberry bushes that produced every year, and it burnt down last year. Or we picked it out and we overpicked it and it doesn't produce food anymore. What happens to our little naked tribe of humans on the savannah? Well, we got to walk over to another fucking blackberry bush. That's the way it is. That's the way it's always been. That's the way it is. That's the way it is always going to be. And the more we try to have our main character energy and make it all about us and bellyache and bitch and moan about that, and I'm talking to myself as much as anybody else, as I'm like, I have to do this and do that and blah, these things happen to me. Well, maybe just go with the thought experiment and take a step back and go, you know what? Maybe I can make my life much better, much quicker, much sooner if I adopt this new technology, which is not going anywhere. It is the way it is. No one's stopping AI. Don't listen to the people virtue signaling on social media. AI, I'm taking a stand on AI. Fuck you, you are. Like, get the fuck off our socials. All these virtue signaling assholes who are like picking AI as their thing. Sorry. The blackberry bush, we mined it, and the people guarding it were monopolizing it and costing us a lot of money. We had to trade a lot of bells, berries, and twigs to get into their blackberry bush. Well, now the tables have turned. And that is what always happens to everybody, And so don't worry, you're in good company. Everybody has their turn at being the ones at the bottom end of the technology shuffle. And that's just what we got to do now, guys. Now, there are higher level philosophical arguments about being like, yeah, but Josh, when AI steals 80% of jobs, that creates a huge systemic economic problem for society. 1 million%. I 1,000,000% agree about that. Anyone who's listened to me long enough knows my philosophy, knows my ethics, and knows that hurting anybody else is the definition of evil. And so that would be evil, right? We need to manage that. But we don't care about that, right? No one cares about my philosophy. I'd be teaching philosophy in university. I would have finished my PhD and I'd be saying this to a room full of bored students instead of you. Sorry, I've gone on this rant for too long. But anyway, so you guys, you're gonna be on the other end of the technology thing soon enough. Get to use the technology sooner rather than later. Okay, so I apologize. You see, I do actually want to teach philosophy, but I'll gladly teach this too. Okay, so let's see. Do I still have any watchers? Is still anybody watching this show? Everyone's left. No, not everyone has left. Great. So guys, if you have any questions, ask them here on the right-hand side. Make sure to put your sites you want me to audit. I also have my forensic tool going. And also if there's keywords you want me to check, go ahead and please put them in there. So that's the query fan out. And that's why we're doing this particular thing here, is that we're estimating, you know what? We think that it's a good 40% chance on such a great keyword that nobody might even be searching. Maybe one person per year searches this, 2, 3, 4 people. Well, that's why we have the estimate at 4 for traffic, right? But your query fan out is going to pull this in. And this could be good to build anyway for a number of reasons. So the score is factored in. It's all weighted at the end of the day. That's what this score is here. It's all weighted at the end of the day. And you can see what has the best score. And you could work down from there. Be like, okay, well, this is where we would start. The best score, it makes the most money and also has the best opportunity and factored against the difficulty of the keywords. And if you had an easier time of it, like these kinds of things are pretty easy. If you had an easier time of it, then that's where kind of like you would want to start. If we go here and we look at some other reports here, I've put in some industry favorites, like Herbal Viagra we have in here, payday loans we have in here. So for example, if we're in Herbal Viagra, for example, which a lot of this is estimated because we can't get good data on it because none of the systems want to have it. But some of these can be quite difficult. These can be 15% harder. Some of them can be quite difficult here. Let me show you. Actually, we're finding a lot of easy keywords to rank for. Herbal Viagra and longevity, review. So this review one here, getting reviews in early on in the process here. 30 people searching it, no one bidding on it, so we're guessing on the bids. This is 50% harder right now than every other SEO keyword in the system that is currently in the system. So, but look, these people still don't know how to do SEO. They still don't put it in their titles, pages, URLs. The site is not strong on that at all. only the page possibly is. There's a lot of brands here for sure. A lot of brands, definitely. Some with very high domain rank as well, of course, making it difficult to rank for such a thing. But it's not impossible. But here's the deal. Let's say this was where all the money was, right? Let's say this is where all the money was. You wouldn't want to start like this. That's the other thing you want to consider. When you're planning your plan, you wouldn't want to start like this and start trying to build on the 50% or 60% harder kind of keywords. What you want to do when you're starting a new page, or a new site, actually, what you want to do when you're starting a new site, or what you want to do when your site is not as powerful as these guys. If you're seeing domain ratings of these kinds of levels, you're seeing brand signals of these kinds of levels, what you want to do is you're going to want to start with the easiest keywords first. Preferably ones that also make money is where you're going to want to try to rank for these kinds of keywords. So this is where you're going to want to start. You're going to sort by the difficulty as the easiest, and you're going to go down from there. And let's open this up to all the keywords here to make sure that we have, this is supposed to be sorting between all of them anyway, just to make sure that we have all of them here. Yeah, so the difficulty, harder, easier, boom. So you would sort by the easiest and you would start going down from there and building from that portion. And it doesn't matter if they don't have a lot of searches per month, that's not the point. They do have some searches and it doesn't really matter what the intent is either. If they're on a purchase keyword, great, because this is actually what you want, a purchase keyword that has a good conversion rate, you know, and it has some money behind it. We're estimating, we know that Herbal Vreg or online purchase makes money. You would make 20 grand a month if you ranked for this. I guarantee you, you'd make 20 grand a month. We have to work on this calculation. Now that I'm actually looking at it and talking it through, I realize this calculation is too low. It's way too conservative. We want to be conservative in our scores that we're giving you. We don't want to promise you the world. We don't want to promise this will make you 200 grand a month, and it doesn't. But this could be 1,000 times higher for this. I know that for a fact because I've ranked these keywords before. I've worked for these keywords before. So I've worked in all the niches, from the greasiest to the cleanest, from the nothing illegal, but from the most questionable to the most unquestionable. Global, local, every language, not every language, but multiple languages. I've done it all. I've seen it all. Okay. So those are some very interesting results there. Very interesting results. So that is where the keyword agent comes in for that. Now, you might be like, okay, well, let's take a look. Let's take a look here. Let's do a deeper dive analysis. You're like, Josh, okay, so this difficulty analysis here gives us some idea. This gives us some idea of how to rank for this. But let's say I was this guy. Let's say I'm coastalhealthdistrict.org. Let's say I'm this, if I click this, there may be a picture of a penis. So maybe I shouldn't do this. Maybe I shouldn't do this particular example. Let's go here. Let's go to, which one should I do here? Let's go over here. Let's do this. Which one should I do? Something that is got some difficulty as well. Free SEO course. Yeah, let's do, okay. Let's see some of the difficulty for this one. Free online courses with certificate, free SEO optimization, free SEO marketing tools, free website check. Okay, free SEO tools. Free SEO tools, unsurprisingly, is 57% harder than every other keyword added in to the system at the moment. That makes sense. And these people do know how to do SEO, unsurprisingly. See why it's harder? Because these people know what they're doing. Their page, look at some of their page strengths are like, we are 100% on this. Look at this. We are dedicated to this on this page. They don't have a site score though. So what this tells me is you start with this tool. This is where you start. You start in keyword difficulty analysis and you go, okay, I would need to make sure that I can beat these guys who have a very high domain rank. They got all the traffic. They are household brands in this area, right? You know, SEMrush is a brand in SEO. Moz is a brand in SEO. Ahrefs is a brand in SEO. Reddit is a brand everywhere and anywhere. How do I beat these things? How do I beat these guys? What are their weaknesses? How do I beat them? Well, they don't seem to have many weaknesses here, do they? Right? They got it on the page. They got it on the title. They have it in the free SEO tools. Yeah, they have it in the. They do have it in the URL. Okay, hold on. Let me do this. Okay, sorry. 1 second. As you can see, now it's a vibe coding tutorial. So you can see the system is not correctly identifying when a competitor actually has the EMQ in the URL as Ahrefs does. Fix this. Fix this, likely because it is not sanity checking and normalizing properly. Use an LM to do that if you need to. But check for dashes, underscores, etc. Okay, boom. So now it's going to go and do that. Thank you. So actually, this would be even harder because they have it. They have it in the URL. Free SEO tools. Free SEO tools. It's perfect. This is unsurprisingly they're doing perfect SEO here. I'm not at all surprised to find that. Right. This is about as good as SEO gets. Look at that. Look at that. They're a known brand. Look at the domain rank. Look at this title page. There's only one mistake they've left. There's only one mistake in Smog's armor. There's only one scale missing in this dragon if you wanted to slay it. And it's this. It's the site strength. That's the only thing missing. Only thing missing. And able to beat Ahrefs for this query, you would need to have a site dedicated to free SEO tools. You would need to be not a site dedicated to an SEO tools. You would need to be a site dedicated to free SEO tools. That is your marketing play. Right now, I can tell you exactly what your marketing play needs to be to succeed at this. Let's say you have a free SEO tool. I don't. All my SEO tools cost money because they should, because free tools are garbage. But work with me here for a second. Let's say you have a free SEO tool. For some reason, you want to do some of the hardest SEO to rank for a keyword that's not making you any money because you're offering your free SEO tool. Or let's say, that doesn't make any sense, but you go with me for the example. Or, this is just for an SEO teaching example. Or let's say, no, I have a tool that I charge people for, but I have a freemium version. They get it for free at first, and then they micro-convert, or I upsell them from there. Okay, fine. That's perfectly valid, perfectly justifiable. It's not the way I do it. I don't give anything away for free. It's $1 for a trial. $1 to try it for 3 days or 7 days. Everything I do has value, and I deserve to be paid for what I'm doing. This is my talent monopoly. See, everyone has their own talent monopoly, or they should. Otherwise, they don't have any money. Otherwise, they can't eat. So that's the way that it works. Don't hate the player. Hate the game. Hate the game. But obviously, I'm feeling philosophical today. I want to put everything philosophically. It's my apologies, but work with me here. So let's say you have a free SEO tool. You want to have a review site on SEO tools, and you want to sell affiliate stuff for the paid stuff. You're going to offer the free first, then you have paid versions that you're going to explain why you want to use them, and you're going to be an affiliate. You're going to make money doing that. Okay. Then the only opening here in this niche. The only opening when you analyze the keyword difficulty analysis, which you should do, you should get it here by clicking the difficulty here and do a forensic analysis here on this. And you go, okay, how do I beat this guy? What is the only thing, the only big thing? These are the big Duplo blocks of ranking, right? What is the only big, there's a good 20 to 40% of SEO that's not included in this. But this is the big blocks of how things work. What's the only thing they're missing? They do not have a site dedicated to this, only a page. This is how SEO works. A site dedicated to a topic has a one leg up on a page dedicated to a topic. Again, all things equal, pound for pound, a site dedicated to a topic is a better bet for Google to serve up and try than a single page dedicated to a topic. So therefore, this tool is showing you your only choice, your only chance to rank for this particular keyword and say it was yours, just for the sake of example, say this was your money play, and it could be, you could just take my knowledge and do it from what I'm saying here. Although this would not be the best play, this would be still hard to do. I would recommend something easier. That's why we had the keyword tool, is to find easy niches to make more money in, not to work hard. But I mean, let's say you work for a company, you've been hired as an SEO, and they're like, we do affiliate, that's all we do. You're our SEO, you must rank us for this. It doesn't matter about more upstream conversations of how to better make our money. This is what we've chosen. This is what you need to do. Okay, now you're behind the gun. And so when you use our tools to get the forensic advantage, you look at this and you go, okay, CEO, here's our one chance to rank for free SEO tools, our biggest and best keyword, or one of them. To beat Ahrefs, and you can't beat Reddit, you just have to be more relevant than Reddit. And you're going to get in the AI overview anyway, so it doesn't matter. So like all this is going to be collapsed in the AI overview, but you want to have a better recommendation than they do. And to get in the AI overview, you need to beat these guys first anyway. You need to be a contender, right? You know, it's like hockey. You need to be able to score as many goals and score as many assists as everybody else comparatively to get in the pool of even being chosen for the big show, right? So to beat Ahrefs here, and maybe there's no AI overview. Maybe it's still kind of 10 blue links. That happens. That does happen. So you'd be like, fine. To beat these guys, this forensic tool shows me there's one hole in their armor and one hole only at the macro level, at the 10,000 foot view that you should be doing to make decisions, and it's the site strength. They do not have a site dedicated to this, only a page dedicated to this. That means I need to register freeseotools.org or whatever, freeseotools.ai, whatever it is. I need to have a site dedicated to this. Like these guys do, SEO review tools. They have a site pretty much dedicated to this. It should be review SEO tools. The free is not worked into here, but they do have 78 real-time free SEO in their title. So that's not too bad. It's not great. Apparently their page is not dedicated to this, but the title is. That's not great, but that's not the point. So let's pretend then we are these guys. Let's pretend we are SEO review tools recommended by Brian Dean. Yeah, I bet you it's not. I bet you it's not. Let's say, however, we are these guys and we want to rank for free SEO tools. How do I now know what more I need to do to rank for free SEO tools, being these guys trying to compete again against Ahrefs, where I have a site dedicated to this? This is the only way I can beat them. How do these guys get ahead of these guys? How do they do it? Easy. They go to SEO Forensics. So they go to my other tool here. Go to SEO Forensics. You can still get into it for free at the moment. You can create an account for free. It's at currently, it's at SEO-website-audit.replit.app. You can go here, create a free account, and now let's launch a forensic audit and go, okay, the target URL is this URL. The target keyword is free SEO tools. And I'll do the low-hanging fruit at the same time. And these guys gotta beat Ahrefs. So I'll put in, so I know what it is, and it's the free SEO tools play. Okay, great. I'll add that. That's the project they're going to be in, and I say run audit. Boom. Okay, so now this audit is going to run. It's running on SEO review tools. It's running on the free SEO tools keyword. And I did a low-hanging fruit. So the low-hanging fruit I did is going to find all their other, while we're at it, we're going to cast a wider net in SEO Forensics. Here it is. We're going to see They're trying to rank for SEO at 20, check traffic on site at 8, rewrite AI at 19, website authority checker, check domain authority. And yeah, so we can help them also improve for all of these keywords. We'll say, yes, we'll add that. We'll add that to the amount. You see they're going to be running down here in the accordion. So there we go. So actually that pulled it out and put it in its own project actually, or it will in a second. So while this is loading, I can pre-ask some questions here in SEO Brain. And I can be like, okay, I can refresh and delete this, or I can go to a different conversation, a different planning conversation. SEO Brain is powered by SEO University. We have over 40,000 documents in our knowledge base that we've built a vectorized search engine of that will tell you how to do SEO for real, not guessing, not my opinion, not crappy studies that have never been peer reviewed, and not bad science, good science that actually knows how to rank. This comes from SEO University. You can join if you want to learn how to do that. And so right now I'm going to go, okay, my competitor has perfect on-page and off-page SEO. They are just a page. How do I beat them then? And we can see if it's able to, how to outrank competitors, beating competitors, and then it's going to do this query for SEO Brain here. And it's going to search the knowledge base, and then it's going to give you an answer. So while that's running here, let's see. Here at a glance is what the problem with SEO review tools is for free SEO tools. It's at high risk. These rankings are at risk to be lost. So, I mean, you're like, okay, I'm at number 6, Josh, right? And that's where I stay forever, and I own this spot, and this spot is mine. I have main character energy. Well, again, far be it from me to dissuade anyone who feels like they have main character energy, but you don't own spot number 6. You are always at risk of losing spot number 6. Not only are you looking forward to see who you need to stab in the back, you need to worry about who's behind you going to stab you in the back if you drop off your SEO game. So that's why you need to use SEO forensic analysis and be like, okay, what is my rankings are at risk of being stolen, and these are the other holes in the game you need to fill up. That will also get you more spots ahead. Is that I have critical SEO elements missing, like alt attributes. I don't have name, address, and phone number information, and I'm missing a Google business profile. Now, you might be like, what? Aren't you going to tell them to do content and links? No, because they may already have that, right? There's more to SEO, Horatio. There's more to SEO, Horatio, that exists in your philosophy. So let me see. Let's check why. Let's go view. Close that, run that in the background. So here we have 18 issues, 2 critical, 8 high issues that our forensic tool is able to find for SEO review tools at free SEO tools. And it can also, so what are these, what are the 3, let's say like, okay, Josh, well, hold on a second. Let me do this in order. So what did we find? Okay, well, we got 33 non-issues, which is great, but we do have 18 issues. EMQ title placement. The word free SEO tools is not properly positioned in the title. Problem number 1, like, it isn't. Go to content, see the title tag here. We have number 1 free and AI tools. Okay, well, that's not SEO tools. Ampersand means and. So here's the title tag, free SEO and AI tools, and SEO review tools. Well, nope, that's not how SEO works. We have a huge SEO mistake here. We have a huge SEO mistake. Now we're saying we give them free and AI tools. Well, which one is it? Is it free SEO tools like you're trying to rank for? Is it free SEO and AI tools? You cannot rank for all of it on a single page. You cannot rank for all of it on a single page. Okay? So that is that problem there. So you're like, okay, you know, I can say, how do I fix this issue? I can give it to SEO Brain. I can say, fix this issue, and it's going to do a search and figure out what that is for you. And it's going to save this search to this particular report. So this report will be saved. You can export it, but also will save in the database for you. And it's currently doing a deep dive in SEO University's deep archive of the relevant and recent SEO experiments proving what you're supposed to do for title optimization. Not a guess, not a simple rule of thumb that misses 80% of cases, the truth. Okay, we also have duplicate content. Well, that's not good. And here it shows you the evidence of what might be duplicated. So if you have any duplicate content, that's going to be a problem. Here is a clear, huge SEO issue, clearly. We're missing the name, address, and phone number, apparently. I have a very powerful scraper, and so if we're missing this, I would be very surprised. Let me just see here. Let's go to this URL. Do you have a name, address, and phone number anywhere here? Nope. Nope. We are some fly-by-night affiliate tool built in the Netherlands. No offense to the people in the Netherlands. I love you guys. You guys tend to be good students for SEO University. But there is no name, address, and phone number on this page. Why is Google trusting this? Why would Google trust this? They don't know who you are. Where's your name, address, and phone number? Where's the ways to contact you? Where are your real business signals, right? That is a ranking problem. And my system has correctly identified it. No Google Business Profile. The EMQ is not in the URL. EMQ is missing from the H1. You might be like, wait a minute, Josh. You told me on my report that I should remove the EMQ from the H1. Why are you saying it should be added to the H1? Because this is a highly over-optimized niche, and your competitors have it, so you must have it. SEO is relative. SEO is relative to your particular niche. If you are over-optimized, if your niche is over-optimized, you need to be over-optimized. So this is a brilliant forensic insight right here. This is a brilliant forensic insight. But you've over-optimized here. You've put it in the meta description. That does not apply to the meta description. Let me turn this. Hey, stop it with that. All right, I've highlighted it. Now I can't get rid of it. EMQ in the meta description. You do not want that. This is over-optimized. Not all signals are created equal. Having EMQ in the meta description is considered a spam signal. We don't care if your competitors have it. This is not helping you in the meta description. So we've got a lot of particular problems here. We have insufficient topical depth. You're 40% less than your competitors, even though your site is dedicated to it and could and should have more. We see possible site spam. We have pages that are discovered are not crawled and indexed. That's a huge problem. We don't have any freshness signals. When was this last posted to? 2023? And too old. Right? We have a lot of high and critical issues here. So if you're like, Josh, I only have 5 minutes to do SEO. Fine. Here's your 3 quick wins. I'm going to also compute the master timeline here. But you're like, okay, I have 3 quick wins. What do? Fix the EMQ title placement. Oh, let me move this over. Fix the EMQ title placement, add business contact info, add alt attributes to images. Those are 3 quick things you can do that only take 5 minutes of work. And you can improve your rankings from there. You can reload it if you want to reload it. You can also export it and copy it. Now, you might be like, what is this? The next thing, so that kind of gives you a current snapshot of where you are now. SEO Brain has already gotten back your information about how to do proper EMQ placement and titles. Then you can switch here to explain mode. See this here? You can switch to explain mode. This is an agent. This is how agents work. They have different modes. Switch to explain mode and say, okay, so give me what to do in easy steps for WordPress. Let's say you're using WordPress. So you go to explain and it goes, okay, it should not do another search and it should just explain what it already has now. And say, okay, so you do, you log into here, you install an SEO plugin if you don't have it, you edit the page or post, you change the title tag, look for the title field, you want to do this. Like this, boom, EMQ here, and then this, and then look at the date signal. It tells you to put in a date signal. See that? See that? Update the page, and then check the H1 tag while you're at it. Right? Now, it doesn't know yet about, it's just trying to be helpful. It doesn't know that you have an H1 problem. When you tell it you have an H1 problem, it will know. Say, I am confused. The report says I should have an EMQ in H1. It complains it's missing. What do I do? Now, it should either answer this with the information it has, or it can trigger a new search. It can go, I understand the confusion. Focus on the title tag first, assess your H1 tag, consider refining when it's not critical. That's true, it's not critical, but it is a mistake to make. So again, SEO Brain is learning. It doesn't have this information yet. I'm going to be adding that. Okay. Now, however, you're like, okay, Josh, this is a current snapshot of how it looks now, right? This is a current snapshot of how it looks now. How do I tell though, like, Josh, I know that something hit my site a couple months ago. I know I've been having trouble. Or what if you are an SEO and you want to pitch these guys and tell them the story of their SEO and tell them what went wrong? Or let's say you're doing SEO work for these guys and you need to know the story of how they got here. How do you know that, Josh? Well, before you had to pay an exorbitant amount of money for Ahrefs and you had to piece the story for yourself. Now we have very advanced AI information that will do all this for you very easily and very quickly with the Master SEO timeline. So it's going to tell you 36 ranking months of history. So look, it's telling you all the reasons why you're gaining, on all the reasons why you lost, and correlating what went worst and correlating with what probably caused that, and then correlating what improved and what probably caused that. And this tells you a very, very important story. This is in text. You can also just ask SEO Brain about it as to why this has happened, right? You go ask SEO Brain and boom. It will add this timeline finding and will ask SEO Brain and get this information for you. Here you also have the historical rankings with a plus or minus. This is number one. This is page one. Number one, page one, total keywords. So you can look here. You can see the green and the red at a glance very easily. Oh, look at all the rankings they lost, but they got a little bit sharper, right? They gained more rankings. So they really did good here. They improved. Why? Well, possibly 512 new backlinks may have supported this, right? Oh, look, December 25, they did good again. They added more backlinks that were probably high quality. But, January 2026, they gained rankings, but they lost some here. And they lost backlinks. So it can start to tell you, was it links that caused you to gain or lose? Or was it a core update? See? The core update may have influenced this movement here when it improved. You can tell, is it an update? Also, we look for reviews. We look for on-page changes. We look for anything we can find. Core update, reviews update, core update, helpful content update. We can tell you what correlated at that time and give you an idea of what the story is. So, and then we also break it down to a fine level detail of spam scores, what links you gained, what links you lost. You can be like, oh, is the link I bought on name leak still there? You can look and be like, oh, yes, it's here. It was loaded here. Did I ever lose it? You can go down and scroll to see if that link you paid for is ever lost. Was it ever lost? You can go scroll all the way down and be like, was it ever lost? Here we go. It's on here a lot. Boom, 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 boom. You can go down all the way down to the end, the last one. Did we ever lose this? No, still here. It's not lost. We lost this one, so you could be like, oh shit, we paid for this link. It's lost. You can follow up. You can try to get a new link. You could try to see what happened with that particular link. So this now includes kind of the traditional way of doing SEO and thinking of it just being about nothing about links. We know, of course, it's not. There's all these particular strategic weaknesses on this site, right? There is missing name, address, or phone number, no Google business profile, E&Q title placement, duplicate content, insufficient topical depth. Though that would go a long way to fixing this page and fixing this site and helping them gain ground on the keyword we know they want to rank for because we started with keywords, and beating the competitor we know would be hard to beat because we've already checked the competitors in keywords. So that is kind of a quick tutorial on how you would go through and do the kind of research, kind of a full pipeline check of how you start checking the keywords, how you start doing SEO, and how you have the actual actionable tactically relevant and scientifically relevant information of how to actually do SEO and gaining you huge advantages over everybody else who doesn't have these tools and doesn't know how to look at SEO in these ways. You also see here everything that it passed. It passed all these other checks: no phishing, no spam, no hacking, domains not suspicious, the SSL certificate. You can see the competitor insights and run more audits on them to see what did they do that I could steal possibly. What is their strategic weaknesses? How do I get one over on these guys? You can check that as well. And finally, you can see the progress of everything you're doing. You can see all your audits and all your progress of everything you fixed, ignored, rechecked, and your rankings for all of these guys by looking here in the progress. And you can earn badges as well for fixing things in the system. And you're like, Josh, how do I get that? Well, what you do is you click fixed. When something is fixed, like, okay, I fixed this, you see the number going down, you can see the gamification going on, and you can see the change. And then when you go look at your progress, you say, look, you fixed, and your rankings are like this, and you fixed these issues. You have 0 ignored, and you also have fixed issues as well. Your fix is gone. Look at that. Boom. Okay. Oh, the rankings went up there too. Look at that. All right, guys. So this is, I think, is really going to help people out. This is the kind of pipeline that I'm working with to do my SEO, and so are all the other SEOs that I'm working with. It can give you actionable information. This used to take hours of analysis. You can now have this in minutes. You can have hours of analysis in minutes. It's quite powerful. It's quite interesting. So what do you guys think? Give me any questions. What questions you guys got? Let me know what you're thinking. Simon says, this is the best. I agree. I think this is pretty cool. I think it's super cool. Thanks, Simon, for saying that. I don't know how much longer we have here. I don't know what the delay is from my voice. It looks like about 20 seconds. So if you have any URLs, guys, if you have any questions, put them in the right-hand side. If you have any keywords you want me to check out in the keyword agents, put them in the right-hand side. If you have any audits you want me to run on either keywords or on your page, put them on the right-hand side. So while we're waiting for that, so guys, thanks again for watching and listening. This has been the Forensic SEO Audit. Do you need help with your SEO? If you have any other questions that you want to do, take offline and do private, email me at joshbashinsky@gmail.com. We're just getting started, guys. I have a coupon also for you. Let me share it in the chat. If you haven't used it yet, this coupon is for agents. So it's beefy-josh-20. It's 20% off coupon for any Beefy apps. That includes Labs, our LLM tracker as well. We have a very powerful LLM tracker that will check your rankings in all of the new answer engines: AI Mode, AI Overview, Perplexity, ChatGPT, all of them. I could do a demo on that if people want to see that. And then we're building a social agent. We're building an off-page agent that's coming up, automatically building you references and links. Good, high-quality, white hat stuff. And we also have the on-page agent coming that is going to take the keywords that you've analyzed and build your pages out super fast. Then I'm going to show you guys how I'm using Replit right now to build pages and sites super fast and super quick. You can get pages out. You can get a site out in a day. In a day. 1 day of work, 8 hours of work. You could analyze the niches, find what's making money. We're going to also add exploding topics so you can see what's making money. So you could do affiliate plays. You can do digital real estate, selling websites for thousands of dollars if people want to buy. You could do this in a day. You could analyze the niches, find the low-hanging fruit keywords, build a website, and do all the SEO you need to do for the website, and generate all the content in a day. In a day, you can get it indexed and going. That's what's coming down the pipe. Keep watching to be some of the first people who get access to this technology with, of course, coupons for all my loyal followers and fans. Make sure to be watching this. It has never been more exciting to be doing SEO. I hope you guys see that too. So again, thanks guys for listening and watching. Now I have to find some way of turning the stream off. It always cuts it off early, so I'm just going to, you know, be talking. Don't get annoyed. Don't get annoyed at the talent monopoly. I know it's annoying. Don't get annoyed at the talent monopoly. Be the people who are using, get talent in the new tools that are going to power the revenue of the future. And with that, thanks guys for listening and watching. And I'll turn it off. I think I can turn it off there. Thanks, guys.